Hi, Internet. I love the Tony Hawk series of games. Just gonna get that off the bat. I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it before. I love those games. And I want to talk about that today. But first, I picked up some games over the weekend. Now, if you watch the channel for a period of time, you know that I normally do weekly pickup videos. Well, I haven't been doing them as much because just money issues. I'm not going to go into detail about it, obviously, but always remember this if you're a collector out there. Bills come first. They always come first. So I just haven't been spending a lot. But I was out, and I decided to pop into one of my favorite game stores and just look around. And they had some 360 games that I thought I could get. So I just decided to pick them up. As you can see, there's a bit of a theme here. There's Viva Pinata, which I didn't even know came in this cool-looking case. Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise. And Viva Pinata Party Animals. And then I also picked up, just because, the collector's edition of Fable 2. So, just some pickups. We'll talk about Viva Pinata at another day, because there is some history with me in that game. However, that's not what this is. This has all my games from my childhood in it. And if we open it up and go to the correct side, we could see... I'm just going to take all these out. And I know someone's going to start screaming that, don't let the games touch, you're scratching them, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it. But it's okay. These games are old as hell anyways. All of these. I'm going to take... There's so many here. I'm going to take all these out. Thankfully, they're not expensive to replace if something did happen to them. So, this stack of games here, all these games, defined my childhood. And I'm pretty sure there's more in here that I'm forgetting. Nah, whatever. These are the Tony Hawk games, from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater to Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. And I could say, without question, these games are my favorite series of games ever. Ever. There is no question. I adore these games. And, now I'm thinking about it, I have the N64 versions behind the camera over there, too. Pro Skater 1 and 2 for N64, anyways. Let's talk about these games. I did not have Pro Skater 1 and 2 growing up. Even though my first system was a PS1, I didn't get those games. My first Pro Skater game was Pro Skater 3. And what a game. Just what a game to start off with. It was everything I wanted it to be. The controls, while I sucked initially, were eventually, easier to pick up. And as I grew over the years, I grew to hone my skills and love the tricking in Pro Skater 3. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but the soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtracks. The soundtracks for these games shaped my entire musical view. Punk, hip-hop, rock. Just, it's so good. It's so well put together, and I'm like gushing about it to people on the internet who maybe don't feel the same way about it. But these games are my entire childhood. And I'm trying to convey that in the best way possible without screaming. They're just so fun. 3, the first game I played, is a masterpiece. I love it. I can't say enough about this. It's just such a good game. And then Somehow, they improved on it with 4, and I'm going to put these here. I have 2 versions. One, the PS1 version and the PS2 version. I remember seeing a commercial for the PS2 version back when I was maybe 8, 7 or 8 when that came out, and I wanted it so bad. And I got it like the day it came out. And I played and 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 played. And I thought the tricking system in 3 was already great, but 4 refined it and added the revert, which allowed you to string combos together, and you could do so much more, and there was no time limit. You weren't constrained to 2 minutes. Yes, I know you had free skate, but let's be real, whoever played single session in the first place. You could do so much in this game. There was so much to explore, and there's so much character. And I don't just mean characters you could skate as. There's so much detail. Every little thing is detailed to fit the world around you. Whether you're skating in Alcatraz, whether you're skating at the carnival, whether you're skating at the zoo. Which, by the way, fun fact about the zoo. Up until maybe 6 years ago, I had not 100% this game on PS2. Because there's a goal in the zoo level which requires you to get into the aquarium of the zoo. And for the longest time, I had absolutely no clue how to get in there because it's locked off in the front. Now, on the other side of the map, there's an elephant that kind of just sits there idle with people surrounding it. And if you skate up to the guy tending to the elephant and you press circle on him, he says, "Don't skate around Stompy's head." And I never thought anything of it. Little did I know that in order to get into the aquarium, you have to jump off of the little kiosk that's right next to the elephant and jump on his head. And then a cutscene plays where the elephant freaks out and runs headfirst into the aquarium, breaks it down, and then you can get the last goal, which is find 5 penguins. And I don't know how I didn't think to look that up sooner, but it finally dawned on me one day. I'm like, I should really complete that. So that was the only goal I never completed, but I got everything in that game. I'm talking way too much about Pro Skater 4. It is so fun. And then, I have another copy of 3 here. As if things couldn't get any better, we had Underground, and I have the PS2 and Xbox versions of this, because, unfortunately, you won't be able to tell, but my PS2 version is scratched beyond belief from how much I've played it, so I need to get the Xbox version. Where I thought there wouldn't be any improvement. Granted, going around skating and, completing goals and exploring levels is fun. But the story of Pro Skater 1, I don't know. Young me couldn't really grasp it at the time, I guess. Because I was still 8, 9 when this game came out, something like that. And, I didn't really have much concept of games still. I was still kind of dumb when it came to that stuff. And I just remember playing the story over and over and over again. I loved it. I played it so much. And it is such a fond memory. And the controls were refined as well, because then you had walking, you can do acid drops. You could get, on and off your board more easily. And the combo system was refined to where I could easily rack up millions of points. 3, it was dubious. Pro Skater 4, easier to do, but still, kind of tough. Underground, pull it off anytime. And the level design, too. Just the levels were so well put together. They told such a good story. There's so much attention to details. To the point where there are still videos of people finding new things. And, stuff I didn't even know about. There's a great video by a channel called Odd Hatter, which I happen to find them very by now he's like well known for like Easter eggs and stuff like that. But there's a video he did extremely early on in his career that talks about 100 things you didn't know in the Pro Skater series. And it just went through all the stuff that like blew my mind, all the little sound details, all the little hidden Easter eggs and stuff like that, stuff that you never think about or skate past. These games are fantastic, and I don't even need to mention the soundtrack. The soundtrack for these games, just stupendous. I have them all on Spotify. I listen to them religiously. And to be fair, I think it's a tie between Pro Skater 3 and this one, Underground 2, for best soundtrack. I don't know. Pro Skater 3 had more of a like a hardcore hip hop feel, and Underground 2 had more of a punky feel. I don't know if that makes any sense, but holy crap, Underground 2 came out, and again, my socks were blown off because they somehow topped themselves. Again, the tricking system was more refined than ever. You could do so much, and it just is insane what people can do with this game. Especially with Thug Pro, which is a online mod for Underground 2, which you can get on PC for free, provided you have this game. Just, find a way to get it legally. There's so much. I played this so much. I just wore the disc out. So many good memories. There's only one thing that always confused me about this game. In the opening cutscene, when you boot up the disc, in the game there's, the Jackass crew, and there's Wee Man, the little short guy. And there's a scene with him on a float in Mardi Gras pumping up the crowd. I have never been able to find where that scene is from. And I've asked online about this, and no one seems to know either. So if anyone out there knows what that scene is from, let me know. Where is it? American Wasteland. This game kept me from my PlayStation 3 for a year. This and a couple other games, but this one specifically, when we got our PS3, I did not switch because of this game. I kept playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it, and customizing because there was so much to do, and it added so many more features, and the storyline was fun. Yes, it's a bit buggy. I will give it that. This one is a bit buggy. But that doesn't diminish the amount of fun and the amount of memories I have playing this game. And you just can't beat that. Oh, I keep going from the other side. Project 8, which I thought I had the PS2 version, I guess not. And apparently this was owned by FVMC53 at some point, because it was writing on it. Another great game. However, this is where the series started to kind of taper for me. I don't know how else to say it. It became too realistic. Not that it was realistic by any means. You're still pulling off combos and you're still doing insane stuff, but I don't know. It just kind of lacked the charm and the immaturity and the goofiness. Same with Proving Ground. That's just my opinion. But these games... Oh, and you know what? I just realized I didn't even talk about Pro Skater 1 and 2. Pro Skater 1 and 2 are tough as hell. Because... Especially... okay, so Pro Skater 1... Because we know what we're doing, if you've played a Tony Hawk game for as long as I have, you could breeze right through it. Tony Hawk 2, the trick system is refined, but they stepped up the level to where it's still a bit of a challenge to complete these days, but you still can do it. Also, I think the movement is a little sluggish. They kind of fine-tuned it in Pro Skater 3. In Pro Skater 1 and 2, I'm rambling again, it was just a little bit stiffer to control. That's just my opinion. But anyways, these games, these 1, 2, 10, 15, 20 games, however many I have in my hand here, are my entire childhood. I love them with all my heart. If you could give me one series of games to play for the rest of my life, I would pick the Tony Hawk games. Let me know if you have any memories with the Tony Hawk games. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We're so close to 200 subscribers. I have something very big planned for that. Just thank you for the support. Thank you for listening to me rant about Tony Hawk. And have a good day. Thank you.